Thank you. So hello everyone and welcome to this free webinar offered by Syncfusion, integrated artificial intelligence into your application with AI Builder. I will be your host for today. My name is Codrina Merigo. I am from Italy. It's kind of rainy Italy today. And yeah, I work as a digital product manager. I am also a former Microsoft MVP in the developer technology category. You can also find me on codecoach.io, and I'm also a mentor. My focus is mainly on mobile application, but in the last year or so, I also moved to artificial intelligence and the different applications you can find around it. So I will start by reminding everyone what AI is. So we are here in the data science or computer science area, and this bit here is that part that can simulate or tries to simulate human intelligence. So with artificial intelligence, we are able to create different models that takes a set of data. And it's especially useful when you want to solve complex problems and you have a huge amount of data that you need to process, and you want to do this with high accuracy and ideally at a minimum cost. So you might already have heard about artificial intelligence, you might see some samples, but of course I also wanted to remind everyone that as of today it's not yet perfect. So you can really need to try your model a lot of times. So you can see here, maybe some artificial intelligence gave some wrong prediction based on the input data that we can find. But anyhow, I think it's a great tool when you really want to start and make the best use out of your data. Today, we will be using AI Builder from Microsoft. The idea is that this capability will help you to improve business performance and to have automating processes, and you will get some predictive outcomes. You can then bring quickly artificial intelligence into your applications and flows, and today we'll also see a couple of examples. And you can actually try and solve problems with no or really low code effort. You can use different data sources from the cloud, from local. You can use SharePoint, OneDrive, or things that are on Azure directly. Also, you will find a lot of pre-built AI models that will help you with your idea. In this way, you can start to use the artificial intelligence right away. So today we will be using the Microsoft Power Platform. The idea behind it is that you have this platform that allow you to use different parts of the artificial intelligence, as I said, with no code, low code, and of course, code first. So even if I mentioned in the beginning that I'm now a product manager, I started as a developer, but you don't need all the developer knowledge to actually start and use the AI Builder today. So maybe also from a business point of view, you can have Power BI or different other Power Apps and using different data connectors or the Dataverse, which is actually you can imagine it as a huge table with different rows. You can connect everything, and using AI Builder, you can find some interesting things about your data. So even if you are an app maker or you have an idea of an app, you can start now to use Power Apps to create and build a rich application that use your data and different AI capabilities. To get a little bit maybe more technical, if we look at the stack where we are actually now, I mentioned Microsoft Dataverse. We have all the AI Builder internal services, the compute part, the part related to machine learning, and cognitive services, all offered by Azure. So actually, AI Builder is built on top of the Azure Artificial Intelligence stack. Here you can find different AI services that are designed for developers, data scientists, and even for, I would say, business people. And you can find different practices and models to build and deploy your own artificial intelligence solution. Here you can find different kind of things like vision, speech, language, or decision-making API. And you can just call them and create your own machine learning models and use artificial intelligence. So we're actually in this part here for everyone to start using today. So as I mentioned, we are now, let's say, on top on Azure AI, and we will be using under the hood the Azure Cognitive Services. So these services are different kind of APIs that will help you to build intelligent application. These services are already ready for us to use, and you don't need to have machine learning expertise. You just can click a button or make an API call, and you will embed the ability to see, to hear speech, even search and understand your data in order to accelerate decision making. With the Azure Cognitive Services, you'll also find pre-trained algorithms. So you don't need to invest to create something that it's already there and have been used by different people around the world. We will see that they're really easy to set up, and they can add huge value to your application, and also maybe to reduce some administrative load. You can also find services in free trial part, so you can actually test them before you commit to use them. And of course, you will have all the Azure pricing scales like any other service. So we will be using the Microsoft Power Platform that uses the cognitive services, and you can do different things. For example, you can analyze your data, can build some custom apps really quick and easy, create different workflows, and even build intelligent bots with a no-code interface. So in the past, I already had a webinar where we used the chatbots. So really, it's just an example of what you can build with the AI Builder. So you can use the AI models that are already created And of course, if you have all the knowledge, you can create your own or just take the existing models and modify them according to your needs. You can use them in different Power Apps, Simple Power Automate, and even in SharePoint or other sources, like we will see a little bit later. So actually, with the last update, you have even more possibilities to integrate your 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 application. And what we will also be seeing today during the demo is that we can start for a no-code approach. So you can just use point-and-click wizard to build your models in just a few minutes. And in the backend, we'll have all the technology provided by Azure Cognitive Services to help you accomplish your task. Here are the main capabilities that you can find. So maybe you already thought about using some documents to recognize text and images inside some documents, to process the documents itself, or to identify if it's a passport or a driver license, and so on. You can also use the language part that will help you to categorize text or to extract information from the text that you provide. Think, for example, if you have some feedback or if you have some request from an email, you can just extract the key phrases. You can also identify the language and use also some translation services to help you with understanding of the actual request. And of course, you can analyze the sentiment. So if someone writes to you an angry request, you can understand it directly in the script. Of course, similar to the documents part, we have the images part. You can detect objects inside images, or you can just classify different type of images. And the last part is related to structured data. So based on different data that you have, you can predict quantities or outcomes. Of course, if you go on the official website, you can find examples of different business scenarios. I just mentioned a couple of them, but depending on your industry, you can even identify fraudulent transactions, or you can automate things for your business like expense report or presence tool or anything that you have in your business. And now maybe someone does this manually, and now you can just automate this part here. So what the AI Builder allows you to do is to build, train, and publish your models without a single line of code, and also without the help of a data scientist. So if you're just freelance and want to start using, you can start it right away to test it. You can just build your AI model. Of course, you can customize the existing ones. And here you can see an example. After that, you can just use your model in Power Apps. So Power Apps is this part offered also by Microsoft, where you can create some applications. There you will find the Power App already, the AI Builder already integrated. Similar, you can use it in Power Automate, where we will be using it today in our demo. With the last updates, you can also use it in Microsoft Teams and in SharePoint. Yeah, especially for SharePoint, you will be using the Microsoft Syntax service that will allow you to take the different documents and data that you have inside SharePoint, and you can classify and extract different information. Uh, for some industries, SharePoint is also used as a big documentation repository. So for that, you can create different processing models for your documents and then also process them. You can think about invoices, orders, and a lot of things that you can find in SharePoint tables or document library. And yeah, to recap, we are powered by Azure AI, and we can already cover a wide range of scenarios. You can work also with structured and unstructured data, and we can use a lot of predefined models to process our documents, to, for example, detect some objects, some prediction models, and all the language part. You can already find some sample scenarios in AI Builder. So based on the images, you also have there some examples, maybe to identify your products or the best prediction to place your product. Can also be used in a lot of marketing campaign to really use a lot of information. You can also imagine that, for example, related to invoices, a company can receive huge quantities from different sources, from email, from Teams channels, and so on. And you can create different workflows to gather all these invoices and documents from different sources, pull them on into a database, and then review the information in just one place. So we spoke about models. You can have custom or pre-built models. The custom ones are the ones that you create and train in order to do a specific task. You can, of course, create your own model based to your templates or to your company part, and then you can share them through the company so everyone uses the same. Or you can just use the pre-built ones that you can find. The custom models, they are related to predictions, so to predict business outcomes. Front processing are also very common. So based on your form, you can extract and process different information. Of course, detect objects, and a couple of them that are there for you in preview, so you can really identify table in different large volume of text and help you with the classification. And the different pre-built models that you can find, for example, we have the business card reader one that really help you, and you can just import them into your system. You can detect different kind of positive, negative, or sentiment from customer reviews or different text data. You can extract phrases from documents or emails, identify text in pictures or in handwritten text, and use a lot of other capabilities. These are all scenarios that work out of the box, and you can just start to use them today. So, for example, you want to create an app that just understand handwriting, or you want to add this capability into your app, it's already there for you to use. Will now move to an overview of all the different capabilities that we have. You can see them. Depends if they are custom models or pre-built models. It's very simple to create a model from the portal. And for example, if you want to classify and use your models, you can just start right away. Of course, yeah, there are also some examples with some forms that you can just start using. So I used the text sentiment and text data part. So I just type, I love this webinar, and the sentiment is positive with the confidence score 100%. Very simple. Then, as a second example, I just took a screenshot of the Syncfusion webpage, and you can imagine that the homepage of Syncfusion already has a lot of information and text. I just put it into the upload it into the pre-built model, and it extracted all the information. What it's even surprising is that there we have images inside the images. So it was a very complicated image, but you can see also from the green part they actually found everything that was in the image. What really happens behind this magic, I would say, we have a basic flow. So first of all, you think about your problem to be solved, and after that, you need to perform 5 simple steps to get to it. First of all, you need to gather your data based on the problem you have found. For example, if you want to read different invoice data. After that, you need to clean, prepare, and adjust your data. So based on the info that you want to extract from your invoice, you can decide, for example, to get the invoice number, the due date, the total amount, customer ID, customer address, information from your invoice. After that, as a third step, you need to train your model. In order to train your model, you need to have at least 5 samples of each set of documents you want to use. Maybe you have different invoices for national and international customers. You just need to give them 5 samples of each set of data, and then you'll be able to train your model. After that, of course, you will need to test and verify in the first step that everything works as expected. After that, the last and the fifth step will be to improve your model, maybe adapt and expand it based on your needs. So after you perform all these 5 steps, you have your model, it's already been trained, you tested it, and you can start add it to your business flow. So as I mentioned also in this example, I will just move to a demo where we just took this example, so to read invoice data and then extract all the information from there. So in this demo, we will be using 5 different example of invoices. You can find them on the Microsoft website. You'll find some invoices. We will have invoices from 2 paid companies. One of them will look like this one, the Datum Corporation, and the Contoso one that have a different format. From this sample, you can also have scans that came just to your mailbox. So you'll need 5 samples per each layout. And then we will go. We will be using the document processing part and the custom model. Here you can also find some examples. Here you will start a wizard. You can already select between 2 different parts, structure or semi-structured documents. As these 2 examples are pretty structured, we can just select the structured one. We'll just click on next. We will need to choose the information to extract. So I will add my my files here. And we will start tagging this part. Another small wizard open for us. We will start identifying the different fields. I will start for invoice number, and then I will need also some other fields from my invoice. For example, due date. Of course, another important field can be total amount, and then the customer ID. All this information are already in the invoice. As these are different kinds of invoices, based on the different information that you have, you can also, as in an invoice, usually you can have different tables. You can just select single page table field and extract the information all at once. You'll create a simple table and identify your columns based on the tables that you have in your invoice. So here I just have items. Each item has a description column and total item column. As you can find here, I also have the price and the total. After we extracted all our fields, you can see here, I'll just click on next, and here I will start adding all the documents that I have. So as I have 2 different types of documentation, I will just quickly create two collections and add all my documents in there. I'll just quickly skip this part. So I will just upload the documents. You can see them with a preview. All these documents will be used to train the model. And I will do the same with the other collection. So I will just upload everything. It's also very important to remember to have at least 5 elements for each collection. After that, we will move to the fourth part, and we will start tagging the documents. On the right side, I can see my collections that I have already updated. I can just open them, open the document, and select all the information inside the document. Here we also have the wizard. You can just start and follow it so you can understand how to tag the documents. So very simple, we'll have this pointer and just identify all the fields. So I have invoice number, the due date. I also have total amount at the bottom of the page and the customer ID. And of course, after the customer ID, you can see it's very easy also to resize the selection. I will also select all my table that contain all the items and extract also information from the tables. You can see here I also have another wizard that will help me. We will do this for all the documents that we have for each collection. So based on the template that we have, we will just tag everything. After that, when we tried everything, we can see what we have selected. So we have all the fields, invoice number, due date, total amount, customer ID, and in the same way we have our items table with description and total item. After that, we will move to the third step, that will be to start training our model. We'll just click on train, and here the Azure AI capabilities will start training. After that, our model is ready, and you can start testing your model. So after that, if you just click on models, you can find all the models that you have created and the actual status. So this might take some minutes. After the models have finished training, you can open it and you'll find an overview, and of course, we can move to the fourth step to create a quick test. For the text, of course, I will be using other samples using the same template. And after that, you can find exactly all the information that has been extracted using the model. We're using also the other one. You can do the same activity, and you'll find all the information also in this template. Every extracted information also have a confidence score. If you want to improve that, of course, you can improve your model, use even more documentation to actually get the information that you want. After you tested it, you can just publish this model and use it in your inside your application. You can use it in Power Apps, Power Automate. You can connect this model to Outlook, for example. You can create some Outlook rules. If it has invoice maybe in the title, you can just connect this and extract all the information for you, push it inside the database, and create your monthly reports or everything you want. So directly from AI Builder, you can publish and start using the you have created. Okay, I think I lost connection for a little, but anyhow, the demo is almost done. I will move back to my slide. And anyhow, after our webinar, I will provide the slides and the demo for the blog post, so you can review that from there. So basically, what we have done in the demo was to perform these 5 steps and extract information from different invoices. Of course, you can extract different kind of information based on your business and your idea. So after we saw, of course, all these 5 steps today, I also wanted to give you a quick recap of what we saw today. And of course, after that, I will just jump to the questions. So in order to use AI Builder, you don't really need to be a developer or a data scientist. You can just start the no-code approach like we did in the demo. So with just some selecting, clicking, and following all the wizard around the screen, you can start right away to use the custom and pre-built models. Also, you don't really need to understand what is all behind the artificial intelligence part a little bit with Azure and then connect it with the AI Builder. Of course, you can use pre-built and custom models, and of course, adapt the based on your needs and your idea. So, of course, my advice for you is actually to start today and be very curious. I think the last update is from the 22nd of October, so less than a month ago. Anyhow, on the AI Builder part, you find roughly monthly updates, models also offered by the community, and maybe there's something that you already need, so you can just start today and be curious. So thank you all for following our webinar today. Thank you so much. And yeah, for everyone looking at the video, just ping me on Twitter also tomorrow if you have questions. So